after the deal was done. They were always able to roll it into the final year of the deal, and he was going into a final year because he signed just a 2-year deal originally, but he loved it so much. And, 9.5 sacks, 7-0, by the way, when he even had half a sack last year. A guy that totally loves ball, and it makes an immense amount of sense. And, oh, by the way, as we know with these deals, frees up some cap space. So instead of his $10.5 million number, this year, whatever it was going to be, they're able to spread it out over the extension. And a guy that wanted to be here, a guy that absolutely loves ball, and a guy that they lock in for the long term. And I absolutely love that move. Probably should have seen that one coming, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just based on how much they like him and the position, et cetera. Here's my question, and I don't say this in a leading way. I honestly mean it. Is he worth that money? Is he a good enough player to be worthy of that kind of extension? Can he be the top outside edge rusher on a playoff Super Bowl team?
I think because of his versatility, it is a yes. Because he can be an edge rusher, because he can stop the run, he can set an edge. Because of all of the things that he can do, yes. And that quote-unquote that money quote-unquote, that money is going to be changing in the years ahead as this cap just continues to grow. So I think when you can get kind of like Tyler Lockett's deal, this kind of reminds me of Tyler's extension. Tyler got good money. He didn't get the very top money, but he got really good money. And he knew what he had here, and he loved it here, and he wanted to be a part of it here. And I think Nwosu did as well. And that money and those numbers are going to change pretty dramatic. Not Saudi Arabia change, but they're going to change. They're going to change pretty dramatically.
Did you see the tweet I sent you yesterday?
I did.
How about that? Did you see it, Maura? LeBron James saying, "Hey, that's me." What was it? The Forrest Gump gif of him sprinting. That's me. As soon as the Saudis call Matt Carter and offer me a 1-year deal over $1 billion.
Yes.
See ya.
Yeah,
just wait, man. Just wait.
I think what did they offer that guy? $700.
They offered him $1 billion.
Yeah, between the exchange fee and his own salary.
It's $1 billion for 1 year.
Just
and you don't think they could come after the NBA? They absolutely could. So what you're saying, if I understand it, and I'm pretty sure I agree with you, by the way, is that Uchenna's value is in his versatility. And while he may not be a sack master, 9.5 sacks is nothing to sneeze at, but he's not one of the premier pass rushers in the game. He does enough things very well that it's worth that kind of money.
Yes, I think all of that is very well said. Kind of like a baseball player that you pay good money to that takes advantage of bad pitchers. He takes advantage of bad tackles. Now, when you match up against Trent Williams and the best of the best in the league, is he going to be able to beat them? Probably not. Probably not consistently, but he should be a double-digit sack guy for you. And because of that versatility, and you want to play some of this 3-4, you want to play some of this 4-3, you want to be able to stop the run, you want to be able to set the edge, you want to do all of these things, he's capable of doing that. But what I love about it, Salk, is on the precipice of camp starting, what this sends to that locker room as well. Take care of you, right? And we will reward those that produce. And we don't go on the cheap. We don't try to take advantage of you, even though the league in many ways is set up so, pro-employer as far as these contracts. But you do your job well, and you get it done. You get paid here. And I think that is a big positive, as I said, is today those players report for their physicals and be on the field tomorrow.
Yeah, it got a texture here, 509, says, did the Seahawks just decide who they're keeping between Taylor and Nwosu? I mean, in some ways, the answer to that is an obvious yes. They're keeping Nwosu, but I don't know if that's the real choice. To me, it's more of a Taylor-Mafe conversation, right? I mean, they've drafted a guy in the second round in 3 straight years to play that outside linebacker defensive end spot, and I felt like Nwosu was always kind of going to be here. He's the one who's been starting. The question on Taylor, and maybe this is sort of a wake-up call to all of those guys of like, hey, one of these spots is set. Who's going to compete for the other one? Just as much as they take care of the guys who succeed, they still want competition and everybody else.
Yes. Yep. I think that is totally fair. And for Taylor, remember, they're not the same year. He is not a totally unrestricted free agent after the season because of an injury. His contract told another year, so he would become an exclusive right, so they'd be able to put kind of a tag on him, and not a franchise tag, but a tender to him, and have his rights for another year. So for Darrell Taylor, it actually, to me, is Darrell looking at it going, good. Good. I'm glad he got his money, man. He deserves his money. He's been a pro in this league. He's been a contributor. He had an excellent year last year. And if I go out and I do what I'm capable of doing and I add on my sack total and I become a 15 sack guy down the road, that bag of money is here in Seattle. And they've shown that over the years.